How you going, guys? Finally got a couple lots of track down now. Well, just sitting on the table. Still trying to work out whether I'm going to use track bed or not. In two minds about it. But yeah, this is what I've got sort of set up so far. This is roughly where it's going to be. Going to be another set of points in here yet. Still got to order that. This is where the outside track is going to go. It's going to run over top, fly over. Got another piece to order in for here yet, and a short straight in there. That'll be a second curve. That's the third. Just got the second curve in there just to tighten it up a little bit, because it's almost the same width as the track, and just pulls it in that little bit quicker. Don't think it'll matter too much. Another point to go in here yet when I just put the outside track on, and this one here will actually be a curved point with a short piece of second radius in it. This is the set that I bought, mixed freight, set by Hornby, digital, with a DCC controller. I mainly got that just because it's got the DCC controller, and then I can buy the DCC trains and control them all off one controller easily. I quite like the way it works. You know, you can have your two or three trains or four trains going around and different speeds, and you know, have all the track pad, you know, so you don't have any dead points in your track or isolating bits of track and stuff. I'm not sure how all that works, you know, like the older school sort of stuff. I've never really dealt with it. Well, I did, you know, sort of 25 years ago, but I was only a kid and didn't really understand how that all worked. But yeah, this is what I've got so far. As I said, I'm in two minds about the track bed, just because of how much I've got to buy. I think I need about 6 or 7 rolls at 5 metres, roughly. And the cheapest I've found at this stage, you know, with different variants of brands and stuff, in Australia is about $16 a roll or thereabouts. You know, so that soon adds up. Bought the second lot of track through Frontline Hobbies, just north of Sydney in Newcastle. They were pretty cheap for the track, cheapest I could find on the internet. There was a couple different pieces of track that were similar prices to the other sites I looked at, but generally they were, you know, sort of $1.50 a piece of track cheaper. Sometimes, you know, they're, you know, I think the points, like from the dearest place I looked at to the cheapest place I looked at, you know, there was $5 a point, which adds up real fast when you get a few. I think I paid $18 a point, which is pretty reasonable. I think the dearest year was 23. The flex track, length of flex track was only $6, where some places were up around 9. So you know, when you're buying $400, $500, $600 worth of track, you know, overall, you know, the $2 or $3 here and $1 there and 50 cents there adds up real fast. You know, and especially, you know, if you're buying points at $5, you know, cheaper, that makes a hell of a difference. You know, so it pays to shop around and look. I got the set itself through Ultimate Action Toys in Mornington, just out of Melbourne. They were the cheapest for the set that I could find. Most of these sets were pretty well priced. I think there was a local shop in Tassie here that was, you know, $100 odd dear for the same kit, which I couldn't really work out. You know, most of the places were, you know, $20 dear, thereabouts there. I think I paid $3.20 for that kit, plus a couple pieces of extra track. This is something I've got to figure out too. I don't know why it's doing it. Maybe somebody can tell me why. For some reason this train keeps jumping the point, even though it's, as you can see, in the right place. It's done it a few times just on this one point. I don't know if it's the point or whether it's the train. But it's the only point it keeps doing it on since, well, today, since we've had it together. Yeah, something's just a wee bit odd there. Maybe the wheels need pushed out a little bit on the train or something. I don't know. I'm not really familiar with how it all works yet, but yeah, it's happened a couple of times now. But yeah, that's about the only issue I've had, really. You know, obviously I haven't got the track laid down properly, so I've just got a piece of wire running through a wee hole that I had in the board, and just put a couple of pieces of wire underneath there just to power the outside track properly in the meantime, until I get things hooked up properly and set down properly and whatever. Just good for temporary, for just getting it running around and having a bit of a play till I get a bit more into it and decide whether I'm going to put track bed in or whatever. Or if anybody's got any thoughts on that, I would appreciate it. You know, if you've used track bed and you wouldn't use it again, or whether you haven't used it, you know, and you've got a layout, and then if you're going to build another one, you think you would use it. You know, just any advice would be good. You know, this is my first time really setting up a layout like this. But, you know, I think probably the track bed underneath, you know, with the ballast, looks quite good. But at the end of the day, you know, when you've got to buy 7 rolls at $16 a roll, 5 metre rolls, you know, that adds up fast. You know, I could do away with it and, you know, use it for some of the scenery stuff, you know, plaster cloth and grass and trees and bits and pieces. You know, like it all adds up pretty quick, and I'm trying to keep it looking as good as possible, but, you know, do it as cheap as I can without, you know, sacrificing quality, I suppose. But at the end of that, it's just for me and my little fellows, you know, to play with and have fun and buy a few more trains and get things running around. And hopefully at some point, you know, if I've got a bit more room or a bit more permanent room, I might build a bigger track, or even expand on this one, you know, build another table beside it or something like that, or whatever, and modify it and add on. Yeah, I'm quite happy with the trains. They run really well. Yeah, oh, this will do for now, and hopefully another 3 weeks might have some more track here and show you a bit more. Yeah, alrighty guys, and I'll catch you next time.